In South Sudan, the future still brings hope, though the September 2018 peace deal is moving too slow and hasn't gained the speed it promised. SNI's team of Amitabh Revi and Pratik Suri flew back from Akobo to Bor to get a clearer picture of the situation. INBAT 2 has the only presence of UN peacekeepers in IO, internal opposition territory in Akobo. Bor is where INBAT 2, the 7th Garhwal Rifles Infantry Battalion, is based. A day on patrol in Akobo with India's UN blue helmets in temperatures above 40 degrees centigrade sapped our strength. Colonel Thomas, the commanding officer of INBAT 2, listened to some music. Some got 40 winks, and Ghatak platoon commander Captain Sanjay Dhaka and others caught up on their reading on the 1.5-hour flight back to Bor, the capital of Jonglai state. The pilots on our way into Akobo displayed their daredevil skills, and it was time for video journalist Pratik Suri to show his. The Akobo River and its tributaries on the South Sudanese border with Ethiopia flow west for over 400 kilometers to join the Pibor River and ultimately empty into the White Nile. South Sudan's typical red, Merham, Bajri-like roads were visible as we came into Bor. After a smooth touchdown, Pratik shot a brisk walk with his head-mounted camera. First, we heard a familiar greeting from the local staff. A short drive in a familiar vehicle, and we entered the UN compound in Bor. And then INBAT 2's base.
The Indian Battalion 2 at Bor. Welcome.
A brief taking in of our surroundings, and then taking in a brief from the CEO and other officers.
So tomorrow in the morning, when we are going towards the market area, then hopefully get up to give you some info.
We drove off to a simulation exercise next of how a long-distance dynamic patrol protects the making of key MSRs or main supply routes. The 200-kilometer MSR from Bor via Manyabol to Pibor, for example, was completed in February 2019. INBAT 2 contributed force protection to the Korean engineers who restored the road, which means they had to set up completely self-sufficient units like this one.
The road we are talking about is the Bor-Pibor Peace Road. It is a total distance of 202 kilometers from end to end. And for Unmis, it's a main supply route as of now. So this will help two communities, the major communities. First one is the Dinkas of Jonglei state and the Murle of Boma state to come closer. Secondly, it will address the basically the small trades which cannot happen in the wet season because the road is closed, and replenishment of certain basic amenities which are not available in the far-flung areas. Thirdly, it will help UNMES particularly to push the humanitarian assistance to the needy people who need the aid in the far-flung areas.
The team itself is having an inherent security which can provide security to the working site, and also it has a QRF where it is ready 24/7 to cater for any unforeseen eventuality. The camp is semi-mobile. We are prepared to move ahead as the construction of the road is in progress.
There has hardly been any progress though for South Sudan, a country the size of France. It has just over 200 kilometers of tarmac roads. In 2011, when South Sudan gained independence, it also inherited one of the worst transport infrastructures in the world. Adding to that, in the rainy season, roads are often impassable. Illustrating the challenge during constant rain which lasts from June to November, this is video of the Akobo temporary operating base we visited earlier, where Indians are the only UN peacekeepers in internal opposition-held territory. Ironically though, the 6-month rainy season may help peace in the country, since it's also when fighting is the most difficult. On dry ground for now in Bor, we walk to the mess, passing the kitchen on the way. Next on the menu, dinner with Inbat 2's Jawans.
जय हिंद जय हिंद कैसे हैं आप? काफ़ी लंबी आज आपका दिन होगा। तो आपको ये यूएन मिशन में कैसा अनुभव कैसे हो रहा है?
बहुत अच्छा अनुभव है। यहाँ पर हम एक यूएन के पीस कीपर के तौर पे यहाँ पर भारत से आए हुए हैं, तो हमें गर्व की बात है कि हम इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर।
The next day, we woke up to birthday wishes for some in Bravo Company.
ब्रावो कंपनी को जन्मदिन के शुभ अवसर पर सामान्य अधिकारी महोदय व समस्त पदों की ओर से हार्दिक बधाई। हम उनके उज्जवल भविष्य की शुभकामना करते हैं।
It's time to meet top officials and see how Inbat 2 is helping the locals. We exited the UN base, which has security provided by locals known as the Warriors. South Sudan is the world's newest country, gaining independence from Sudan in 2011 as the outcome of a 2005 agreement that ended Africa's longest civil war. But that didn't bring conflict to an end. Civil war that broke out in 2013 after a fallout between President Salva Kiir and then Vice President Dr. Riek Machar has killed an estimated 400,000 people and displaced another 4 million plus. A power-sharing deal in 2008 is trying to end that conflict, but a unity transitional government between the two before 2022 polls has been pushed back to at least November 2019. There is obvious power and wealth at the top, though there are few paved roads and little sign of development, despite Sub-Sahara's third largest crude oil reserves, estimated at a proven 5 billion barrels, according to the US Energy Information Administration.
The government is also involved in other areas in oil as well.
Yes, the government of South Sudan is working very hard to see into that oil that have been discovered some years back is exploited in the post-conflict period, and Jonglei State is one of the rich zones in South Sudan with oil and gas, and we hope appropriate utilization of these resources will involve countries like India in the future.
The present, though, sees the ethnic Dinka tribe enjoy the most economic and political power. The country's first president, Salva Kiir, is of Dinka heritage. In 2016, Dr. Riek Machar, a Nuer, was sworn in as vice president. Tension between the two men forced the latter from office and into exile. The conflict between the two mirrors the wider one in South Sudan, primarily fought between the Dinka, Nuer and Murle groups. India's peacekeepers are not only involved in helping all people feel secure and return to their homes, but also in community outreach programs that are desperately needed. For example, the UNDP placed the country at 187 out of 189 in its 2018 report.
How can there be a water shortage when there is 9 and 6 months of rains and still there is no water? People queue up all day.
This small kind of in-kind support, this donation, it tells a lot because it's telling the community that we are not alone. Our Indian brothers and sisters, they are here, they are helping us. So we feel that we are part of the international community.
And for about 5-6 years now. So this is where they intended to do the
Helping all communities is an Indian doctor couple, the Cherians, who instead of setting up a hospital want to be trainers for local trainers.
Though the people who invited us to come and see the situation, they expected us to start hospitals. We didn't think that was the option here, because if we could have started hospitals, we would get foreigners to come and work it, but the local people's capacity wouldn't have built. So our motto or our mantra is build capacity. The people here can do it. And not only will the health situation improve, but also, like you were talking about peace, I truly believe that, idle mind is a devil's workshop. Keep them occupied, help them to do something. I think they will stop doing the bad things and start doing good things.
And so we have been trying since 2011 to convince everyone that it is the right time to start training. So we believe that it is going to make a tremendous impact. Not only it's a multiplier effect, because you train one person, then they train others, and they train people at the lower village levels. So it's going to have a wide effect on the communities and humanity in South Sudan.
The younger that training starts, the better. And we stop to see some children play and swim in the Nile. Others rode boats at a leisurely pace against the backdrop of tukols, the local dried straw, mud and thatched roof huts. We then set off for a vet camp for the locals run by INBAT 2 in Bor.
The only solution was to teach and train them, train the trainers so that they also go out and spread the message. So in the university we carried out programs like agricultural demonstration, animal husbandry, IT. We gave them training on how to manage generators, how to repair their own vehicles. So he is the most famous guy here. Every day.
Welcome. Welcome.
Breaking ice with the people here, the veterinary assistance plays a major role because, as I said, the cattle being the biggest asset, the veterinary assistance is given much importance. So wherever we go, that is helping us to gain inroads that were pulled in. They were from the entire Jonglei state. They went out and they are providing help in the field areas where we do not have the access. So that is how the impact has been. That we are training them and we are sending them out as ambassadors for us.
Ambassadors acting as ambassadors.
They have told us about the control of diseases. How best can we control them? Because ECF is the major case here in South Sudan, especially in Jonglei State. That's the major thing we are facing, and we have been told that, and we are trying to manage it because each and every time we lose a lot of cattle.
My friends told me, we don't have to be worried. We got some Indian doctors here, they really help. They do a lot of treatment. I was like, sure, yes. So someone brought me here, and when I came, actually the first time I reached here, I left some goats, some pigs, the chicken were really dying. So when I reached here, for sure, any medicine I got from here, it worked very well. And these people have been so friendly, very good people. You come, they give you time to explain your situation, and they try to do their best.
I must tell you personally as well as professionally, one of the most enriching experiences standing amongst children and civilians and doing our bit for them.
Mabur? Hi Mabur.
And also we are benefiting the richest and also the poor. They are getting the medicine free of charge. Even there's nothing which is supposed just to be paid.
The final treat of the day came from a teen girl, Ayan Manyang, who cheekily asked me, if I'm named Amitabh Bachchan, why am I so short? An ardent fan of Hindi movies, hers is the perfect note to end on.
My favorite actor is Amitabh Bachchan, Kareena Kapoor.
And what are the movies you have seen? Do you remember any of them?
Yeah, I remember the one of Amitabh Bachchan who was in love with
आप हिंदी
प्यार करते
आप हिंदी भी बोलते हैं थोड़ी
No.
थोड़ा आप गाते हैं You sing?
Yeah.
So sing for us a little bit.
Oh my God.
A little bit, please.
तू नज़म नज़म सा मेरे होठों पे ठहर जा मैं ख्वाब ख्वाब सा तेरे आँखों जो बागुरे तू इश्क इश्क सा मेरे रूह माया के बच जा जिस हूर तेरी सच बचका जिस हूर मुबागुरे.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thanks.